Can I beat reward matches using bug types only in Pokemon Legends CA? The rules were no healing items during battle, no alphas, and as the title says, bug types only. Then, no changing of natures of the Pokemon that I caught or had. No overleveling over level 76. Because some of the bosses' Pokemon's max level was 76. Like Tony. 10 straight wins to beat this challenge. If I failed, I need to restart. Then, a Pokemon can die because this was not a hardcore Nuzlocke. And a monotype run is difficult for me in this type of battle system. With that all being said, let's get into it. The bug type Pokemons that I had were Pinsir. Next was Heracross, a fighting bug, good for dark types and normal. But a bad speed nature, but I think it's not that bad. Ariados with a bad decreasing attack nature. It doesn't matter though because this spider is a poison setter. Speaking of poison setter, my fourth Pokemon was Beedrill. With bad speed, decreasing nature yet again, and holding a Mega Stone. Next was Scolipede. A bug poison with Scolipite and a good speed nature for a change. Lastly, Scizor. This Pokemon had bad nature. The one who traded with me gave me a bad freaking Scizor. Let's get into the battle. The first one was Sabi, a NPC. He started with bug type 2 and of course, I can't set up poison. So I tried to beat his Scolipede but to no avail and sent out my own Scolipede. I thought my Scolipede rock slide, so if my opponent had a flying, ice, or bug type, I have a chance. But I'm not the brightest person because I didn't thought Scolipede a bug move. To solve the problem, I switched out to Heracross. This seems to be a bad idea because of Slowking psychic moves, but it doesn't matter. Slowking didn't had a chance to attack. Same as Rose Raid, Alakazam, and of course against Furfuru because Heracross is a fighting type to get my first win. The first fight was very easy. I didn't have any Pokemon that fainted so the game gave me a slightly harder one. Ma, the detective. Thankfully my poison setter Ariados knew a guard move, Dig. I taught him this move for a time like this. But it was not enough against Ampharos. But it was poison, so Ariados did his job even he fainted. Lopunny was a hard one because this Pokemon knew Fire Punch. That one move obliterated my B. I should have sent out Heracross immediately instead of setting up poison. Anyways, next was Mawile. The battle between these two was so very close, like an anime fight. I did a pin missile, hoping this move was the last move that Mawile will see. But she freaking survived. Then they beat each other up at the same time. The battle at this point went war to war, but Pinsir changed the tide and beat the Abomasnow using Lunge and X-Scizor. When Lucario was sent out, I thought Pinsir will be beaten. But the Protect somewhat helped Pinsir to survive the Stone Edge. I don't know exactly what happened, but it helped my strong bug to win. The last Pokemon was Malamar. Thankfully, this Pokemon was very weak, even if I had a bug type team. Even when Emma Mega Evolved it. For me, this was the weakest Mega Evolution. What do you guys think? Anyways, Pinsir proved me right by beating the Mega Malamar. After this, I fought Zack. This guy is infamous of having a low level Pokemon. Come on, man. It's alright. It's okay. You don't need to compete. Sometimes, it's better to give up than to waste your time. Sorry about that. This fight was very easy. So the game gave me an opponent that had a team advantage over me. Grisham. As we all know, his ace was Charizard. And that's bad news for my team. Thankfully, he started with Pangoro. First, I tricked him to protect early by using Dig. Because of that, I wasted his protect. Then, damaged the panda using Lunge and X-Scissor. But when he used strong attack like close combat, it's time for me to protect. But the next Pokemon was a fire type. Fire. Grisham did a dumb move. He used Snarl instead of a fire move, so I took advantage of it. And when he finally used Overheat, I protected and avoid a catastrophic damage to my Pinsir. The fight went long, obviously, because I didn't have a stab super effective move, but ultimately, my Pinsir won. After that, Tyranitar was sent out and Grisham immediately used Stone Edge, and of course I protect, but failed. Maybe he used the plus move so Stone Edge went through my protect. This Kaiju looking Pokemon was a dark and rock type, so it's a good decision to send out Heracross. Then Heracross proved me right the second time against Malamar. But Heracross strict stopped when the problematic Salamence was sent out. Salamence is a flying type, so my bug team won't scratch him unless I had a rock move. And Scolipede knew one, but Aerial Ace is a problem though. So I sent out Ariados for a poison stall. Then sent out Scolipede for a rock slide, but I wrongly timed it against Salamence Draco Meteor, so my Mega Evolution was wasted. But the Toxic saved my ass. I waited for a period of time so the Toxic will reduce the health of the Salamence. After my switch timer runs out, I sent out Scizor, who survived the Fire Fang because of the protect and finished the fight using Iron Head. Lastly, the Charizard, or Mega Charizard X to be exact. I did the Toxic Stall strat, but Grisham used Protect so nothing happened and beat Ariados using Flare Blitz. Thankfully, I got one poison job. And that one poison job poisoned the Charizard. With this, I just became a coward running around. And Grisham chased after me. He didn't knew that his Pokemon life were numbered. I knew this was toxic of me. Get it? After a lot of running and wasting time, I won, beating Grisham. Then, I fought my favorite character in Team MG, Lida, a water type specialist, and her ace was Starmie, a psychic type, so this should be easy. Clowitzer was her start, and I am not too worried about this Pokemon, but her water pulse hurt so much. Thankfully, I got a Protect in the first water pulse to win. Next was Emolga, of course a flying type who had an easy way to defeat Pinsir. Then Scolipede took one Air Slash before the Rock Slide hit to beat the flying Pikachu clone. Vanillux was sent out afterwards. Rock Slide didn't one-shot obviously, but I panicked. Instead of using Poison Jab, I used Toxic, losing my Scolipede. After that, Heracross finished the job using Brick Break. Then, Vaporeon didn't stand a chance to my Brick Break Mega Horn combo. Finally, the Mega Starmie. This Mega Evolution took the internet by storm because of its hilarious design. Well, my opinion of that is it's a funny Pokemon design. This Mega was the most Pokemon design of design. That's all I would say. Anyways, because of its psychic typing, I beat it with one bug move. Next was a spooky problem. Gwyn, a ghost specialist. And did you know that bug is not very effective against ghosts? I knew this, but because I rarely use bug on my playthroughs, I sometimes surprised by this information. In the first fight, Pinsir used Dig, but Banette dodged it by using Phantom Force. The fight went messy to say the least, because most of my moves were not super effective, but at the end, Pinsir won with 32 HP left. Next was Gorgeist. This ghost was a Gust 2, so the bug moves is neutral, but it's too late for Pinsir because of the previous fight. I believe Gorgeist is not worth it to Toxic Stall, so I went through with it, and my decision beat me back, losing Ariados. Beedrill gets the job done, but the next opponent was Gengar. Thankfully, Beedrill can learn a strong ground move through Drill Run. I taught Drill Run to Beedrill for tanky rock types and fellow poison types. All of Beedrill's attack had a fast reaction time, so Gengar didn't get to hit her Shadow Ball. Next was an Ice Ghost type, Frostlass. Drill Run didn't give too much damage, but I got a critical hit, X-Scissor. This introvert last Pokemon was Chandelure, a bad matchup on my team all around. You guys know what that means, right? It's time to be toxic. We gamers, toxicity is a part of us, we just choose when to show it. I tried to use Rock Slide using Scolipede but failed, because Rock Slide was too slow to activate. If this was turn-based combat, Scolipede will get to attack first because Scolipede got a 112 base speed while Mega Chandelure got only 90. But the Mega got to attack first. This was a great difference between two combats in Pokemon games. In this combat, long range attacks are very slow to activate compared to short range. But it doesn't matter though, Poison Stall won me the battle. The 7th fight was Rintaro. His team composed of an Evolution and the 3 elemental monkeys, Simisear, Simipour, and Simisage. Simisage was easy obviously, but Simisear protected against my Poison Stall, so it became a problem, especially its Flame Wheel. Beedrill was the one who poisoned the Fire Monkey, and my bee almost died from the fire of Simisear, but ultimately survived and won. Simipour doesn't pose a problem to get my 7th straight win. Next was Emma again, so I am confident going into this match. I switched to Scolipede because Ampharos is weak to Earthquake, but Ampharos survived the Earthquake and Poison Jab combo and beat my Scolipede using Power Gem. Heracross, as always, finished the job, but Ampharos got one Thunder before going down. After that, Mawile defeat my paralyzed Heracross using Play Rough, then Iron Head. Then Pinsir finished her using Dig, then Lopunny, the new Fire Punch, was sent out. The bunny used Power Up Punch first, just trying to turn up her Fire Punch. It didn't kill my Pinsir though, but it burns me, so Pinsir was a lost cause. I used U-turn through Scissor to beat the problematic bunny. Obama's Snow posed no problem because the Snow Tree was at a disadvantage against Scissor. Drill Run greatly damaged Lucario, but Lucario knew Stone Edge and finished Beedrill. To be safe against Lucario's Stone Edge, I sent out a Steel type, then protect against Power Up Punch to avoid buffing my opponent, and use Iron Head to beat the Aura Pokemon. The last Pokemon was the weakest Mega to get my 8th straight win. The second to the last fight was Ivor, and it's a pretty bad matchup because fighting type Pokemon can learn a strong rock type move, Stone Edge. In turn-based combat, it can miss, but in this, it cannot as long as the opposing trainer protect, and that's what I did. The fight went long because bug moves are not super effective against fighting types. Next was Gallade. This Pokemon used Stone Edge and Fire Punch, so Pinsir didn't stand a chance. Any bug Pokemon will not stand a chance against this Pokemon, so I sent out Ariados for Toxic, and I'm glad that my Spider tanked the Psycho Cut so I can Toxic before going down. Then Gallade fainted because of the Toxic. After that, Medicham was sent out. Beedrill went head to head against Medicham. But because Poison is weak to Psychic, Beedrill lost. Thanks to Beedrill, Medicham health was greatly reduced and Scizor got an easy win because of that. I used Sword Dance for extra buff and protect when Machamp close combat. But Earthquake did a hit. My Sword Dance boosted Iron Head did a large hit too, so it's equal. It was not enough though, and I needed to be careful for another close combat, so I waited. Then protect. After that, I finished the 4-arm Pokemon. The second to the last was Hawlucha. Same strategy against this flying wrestler. And this time, Flying Press was the problem because of this move. Scizor lost. I had two choices left. Scolipede or Heracross. And I decided that Scolipede was the best bet. I Mega Evolved and beat the Hawlucha using Rock Slide. Lastly, Phalanx. This was why I sent out Scolipede before Heracross. If I sent Scolipede after Heracross is beaten, the Poison or Toxic Stall will not be fully utilized. Then two Mega Evolution fought head to head. I knew my Mega Bug will lose, but I got a Toxic setup, and with the help of Scolipede, I greatly reduced Phalanx health using Rock Slide and Poison Jab. With that, I just needed to wait until the Poison gets to this cool Mega Gen 8 Pokemon to win this hard fight. Luckily, the last opponent for this 10 streak challenge was Sabi, my first opponent in this Nuzlocke. And I was 100% confident that I will win this, without a doubt. So, thank you for watching. Bug types are considered to be one of the weakest type in Pokemon. So I tried if in this type of combat system, it will change. In my opinion, it's still the same because the Pokemon system is still in place like type matchups, base stats of Pokemon, and move pools. Like in turn-based, bug types in a monotype challenge can only win 70% of battles against a matchup disadvantage was status effects like poison, sleep, and paralysis. Once again, thank you for watching. I had fun. Thankfully, Game Freak gave a bug Pokemon a new Mega Evolution, and in my opinion, Mega Scolipede is between A tier or B tier. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my video. See you in the next.